Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the CR&E Morning Brew, June 8th, 2023. Hope everybody's doing well. Actually on time this morning, sort of, kind of, I guess. Let's see here. Hopefully I sound okay. I got, so Daryl said hello way early. Good morning, Daryl. D-Rail Daryl. Good morning, Train Freak. How you doing? Chris, Tennessee River Union. I'm asleep, but I'm half here, but I'm asleep, half asleep. Wake up, time for the show. Let's see here. Well, hi, Lee. Good afternoon to you. That's good. Yeah, guys, for sure. Make sure you subscribe to everybody in the chat. Check out their channels. All that fun stuff. Let's see who we got here. Hey, Tammy and Ray are in. Good to see you. Good work going on over there, guys. Making some good progress. John Benecki. Morning. How are you? Ray Bertelson. Morning to you, sir. There's nobody already. I want first donor. Yeah. A funny story, as I'm going through the names. Remember I was telling you I had that one Scale Trains ES44 that all of a sudden it just wouldn't respond. It would make noise, but it wouldn't move, anything like that. Reset it all. Still was doing no good for me. Couldn't get it to do anything. Set it on the shelf for a while, and I pulled it out the other day. I don't know, last week or something. Since maybe it was over the weekend. And it's working just fine. I got it consisted in with the consist I had it with. And I made sure it wasn't consistent either. I broke it out of the consist, tried to reprogram it, the factory settings and everything. Still was having no luck. But now it's working like nothing ever happened. I don't know what that was all about. Anyways, kind of a sidebar. It was just running past my vision here, so it made me think of it. Let's see. Someone said... Donuts, like donuts. Ooh, apple fritters, man. Good stuff. One of the farms around here is, they sell all kinds of stuff, and apple picking season's awesome. They make the best fritters. It's crazy. Anyone read my community post this morning? Tammy, I did not. I didn't have a chance to look at any of that this morning. Already speaking another language here. I don't know what you're saying there. Trying to fix this, go check it out. I don't know what that's about. There's Daryl. Good morning, buddy. Hey, Joe Raider. Good morning. Good to see you here. Kim, you're out. Good afternoon, buddy. Thomas changing his name again. How you doing, Thomas? The P&L Railroader. There's my buddy John, Skelly Kill. And Dwayne. Morning, Dwayne. Try to get caught up here, guys. Trying to get caught up. I don't want to miss anything. Look at where we go, okay. Don't just go and hit the subscription button and leave. Make sure you watch a couple videos, give it a thumbs up, comment, and hope like how that YouTube doesn't take your sub off. Yeah, good point, Jason. Good point. Should have said it like that. So yeah, check out people's channels. Watch something, see if you like it. If you do, then subscribe. Always hit, well, I should say always hit the like button, but if you're going to watch a video, at least let them know you're there by saying hi and hitting the like button. H&H, how are you doing today? There's James Dundas Junction. Good morning, James. Hey, there's my buddy Wilmer. Indian Head River going, or Indian Head Valley. I always want to call your channel by the wrong name. This cup has the On Track Tuesday logo on it. On one side, you got Indian Head on the other side. Pretty cool cup. I have one like this from Tony, Redbird Tony as well. There's a logo on one side, then the On Track Tuesday on the other. I need to have one of mine like that, but I don't. I think you can get one on Robert. My close site. I don't know if you caught it or not, Wilmer, but in the box video I did, it was Royal Box Tower that I placed over Wolf Industries. I don't know if you caught that or not. May or may not have been intentional. Show you that I actually did get that car painted and detailed up from when he gave it to me. Gave me all the pieces parts, and just had to put it all together. Which is totally fine by me. I like doing that stuff. Mike Steep Run Railroad, good morning. There's Anthony. Come on, Anthony. With your sunbelt. Oh, congratulations, Joe. That's cool. That is cool. Very good. Well deserved. I'm surprised it's not more than that, but well deserved. Shows you an amazing layout. I mean, you guys haven't actually took the time to really. Well, if you see it in person, it's never the same when you see it in person and when you do it on video. It's always so much better. And that says a lot because Joe's layout looks great on video as well. You actually see it up close, and all the little details that you don't always catch on video is so cool. Thomas! Dave Swindon Junction. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate that. Are you getting smoke from it? Where's it all burning at? I have no idea. I just heard something about it. I didn't hear anything about it. The 800 subs? Original count. It's on my other site. I may had another site. Dying. I had to kick the heat on, man. It's only like 50 degrees outside, man. It's cold in my house. You get the chill out of here for a little bit. Hey, Jessica at 619. Cute thumbnail. Thanks for coming in. Nothing looks better in person. I was going to suggest so many things. I think things look better in person. Maybe that's what you meant. Don't sound that way. We wrote it. But I keep track of the losses, but 430, and I was at 434 this weekend. So you get some subs. Yeah, like I subbed to a few people, I don't know, over the last week or so. My subs went up, but I'm sure they'll go down again because it's just like a sub for sub thing, I'm sure, So I am a little over 50 away from 2,500. So I never thought I'd see 100. So I just trying to quickly read through. I think I'm finally at the bottom. So this lights and sitting the camera drum. It's hard to film lights at night like that, though. I'm getting a lot of glare and stuff like that. Or if it's like you said, washed out. 353 here now. All right. You know me, Anthony, a big bragger. Use shorts boost my subs. Yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of shorts. I don't know. I don't put up a lot of shorts. I like watching, especially when I don't have a lot of time, like on a lunch break or something. I just want something quick, just kind of just something going on, and I like watching little shorts, snippets like that. I don't necessarily have time to watch, 20, 30-minute video, 15-minute video. So I'll watch shorts a lot. Hey, AJ. How you doing, pal? Are you guys done with school yet? Yeah, end of this week, I think our kids, well, not my kids, but our city school district, yeah, I think they're all done. Tomorrow? It's the last day? Oh, who's bragging now? Who's bragging now there? Georgia's Sunbelt. I got 15-inch subs this past month. Haha. Oh, jeez. Oh, is that right, Dave? You're doing some lives on Sundays or something. Yes, that can help. Why don't you throw uh, a link up there to maybe the last live you did, or just to your channel. I should check you out. I don't know. Check out your live stream. Try to join in. What time do you do your live stream, or is it just kind of whenever? Let's see if I can do that real quick. Setting video here. Mm-hmm. All right, Dave. Make sure I turn down the notifications. Uh, make sure they're on. They are, but I want to make sure. Is that train too loud as it goes by? Start posting shorts. As soon as I get a few thumbs down because people on the short shelf not interested in training. YouTube starts pushing that short out. Yeah, well, Martin Sears, I appreciate more detail, white and dark in the camera. Yeah. Although I will take, like, when I'm making a scene, when I'm doing a scene on the layout, I will take a lot of photos of it especially from like, I'm trying to put the camera behind where I can't really see well, and then I'll shoot a photo, and I can blow that up and kind of study it to see like some details that I missed, or scenery that's stuck up on the side of the building that you didn't see with your naked eye because you're looking at the whole scene. You're not focusing in on one thing. Sometimes it's just easier. I'll do that a lot. I don't know. It helps me, but I'm getting real close and focused in. Try to satisfy my self-diagnosed OCD, I guess, or I don't know what you want to call it, an 8 over 10 or something. 2 p.m. UK time. So what do you guys? 5 hours from Eastern Standard? Like 7 here? No, that's backwards the other way. So it's like 9 a.m. maybe. No, math is hard, man. I'm gonna do math. Noon, 10, 9. Yeah, you got 10 you were saying that so gain a few, lose a few, somewhere back in there. I think it's just the way it works. I don't know. And Jason said it seems like the shorts don't work for him. It seems to work for other people, maybe. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand it. You know what? For a quick minute there, I was getting frustrated with it, and I would sit here and try to figure out why YouTube does this and that. And, I don't know. I'll turn it out here. See something there. Because I reset that one back to the factory settings and everything. So I never turned that one back down. There we go. I love you could have this in a con system. I just turned it down. Programming it on demand. Yeah, it's kind of the downside. It's bugging me. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jason. He said as soon as the locomotive goes by the mic here, you can't hear me well, but then that's okay afterwards. I turned it down. If it's still bad enough, I will just turn the volume off. Not a big deal. Okay, Dave, 2 p.m. UK is 9 a.m. Eastern. Here's the list of live streams. Yeah, sure, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Thomas said something about original CSX railroad spikes. I'll give you credit, man. I don't know how you. First of all, I don't know where you put all these railroad spikes. Second of all, I give you credit for knowing which ones are which and knowing the history on them. Definitely like they were saying last night on Cab Crew Wednesday with Plumber. Just on all the different hobbies within the hobby. And something like what Thomas does. He goes out and collects railroad spikes and different things on the side of the tracks. It's pretty cool. I know Pappy from Trigoglin, you guys have seen my 2 cup holders, and he made the one for Wilmer as well. He has a couple at his house. That'd be kind of neat, Thomas, to get those different railroad spikes and make it into some kind of hat holder, coat holder, cup holder, something like that, So you could kind of display some of the better ones that are more historical, or as long as you don't have to ruin them or anything. Because I think Pappy cuts cuts them down so they're not as long. Let's go like that. They're not as long. So I mean, it just depends how you want to look at that. I know you probably don't want to damage anything too historic, but you don't have to. You don't have to coat them. There's Jim. Jim Tedesco. How you doing, buddy? Was that better with the sound on the locomotive? Well, it hasn't come across my microphone yet, but you're late. Just says you're late, Jim. Yeah, and that's prime over from 50 yards to 1 from 2 miles. Yeah, cool. I'm not. I'm not that skilled to know if it's an NS horn or what. That's kind of a good question, though. I know, say as a ES 44, whatever, just using the number, okay, the make, the number, the model. Do the railroads each have like individualized horns for these models, or is it like a? I'm sure it comes out of the factory with a standard horn. Probably just, I would think, maybe not, or can they like, what do you call it, modify it for their specific railroad? Never thought about that until this is very minute. I'm sure they can. I'm sure they do, but. All right, train's getting ready to come by now. Let me know if it's too loud stuff. I'm going to turn off. It's been a good show last night, buddy. I'm sorry I couldn't stay any longer. And not getting there late, you couldn't stay late. It's a good show. Good morning, Darren. How are you? Let's see. Anybody got anything else? Yeah, well, the best bet would be to contact him, of course. And then to ship it's going to be ridiculous. So if you're anywhere or have the ability, need him somewhere, go rail planning with him or somewhere, he can bring it to you and meet you halfway or whatever. That would be the most economical way because the ship that will be ridiculous. The price will be ridiculous. The weight of it, the size of it, just will cost you a fortune. It's cheaper to spend the gas money and go see him. See, he's Jason's office about 10 blocks away from the tracks. He comes here to find movement and knocks it before I hear the horn. Oh, wow. Thanks, Jason. Picking that up there. Just verifying that I am sub to you. Just to get 619. Thought I was, but you never know. When I lived in Long Beach, our house was right next to the bridge for UP switchers. So I'll see them a couple days doing their job. I miss that. Honestly, probably the only thing. So I think I miss out on Long Beach. That'd be kind of cool, though. I think it would be kind of get a little bit old having it like right behind your house like that, just because of the noise. Within 60 miles from the nearest tracks, don't hear a thing. Yeah. I'm not that far from them. But, I don't know, 15 miles, 20 miles, maybe at the most, to the nearest tracks. Let's see, Richard, good morning. All right. campground has a season, so that has a CSX line that runs right across the road. Sit on my deck and watch the train go. That's awesome. What better to be out there, hit the campground, sipping on a beverage, watching trains go by. That would be heaven, man. That would be awesome. This is 1 mile from the Florida East Coast, Maine. That's cool. Good morning to New Haven Rails. Oh, there you are. I saw you. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Jason. Anthony, you shouldn't have muted the locomotives in your layout. Then you hear them. Hey, these got an awesome layout. It's awesome. Don't run muted on my layout. Amazingly, I've had some complaints. Really? Because your trains are too loud. Yeah, it's just about 10, 15 miles, Artie. Not bad. There's just nothing like right here in my neighborhood, you know. It's easy to get to. Quick, you know. But I'll tell you what, sometimes I can hear them, depending on the day. You know, I can hear them I can hear the horns and stuff. And sometimes at night, on a clear night, our old house we used to live in, we lived there for about 10 years. And you could hear them really well because we were only maybe a couple miles from the tracks. There's no sound in the locomotives, nothing to mute. Yeah, I got spoiled now with the sound, but it does get to be a little bit much. I usually turn it down. And like I said, that one there I forgot to turn down. That's only on like 50 out of whatever the hell the max is, 200 or something. So I definitely have to turn it down once I reprogrammed it all. Function viewers, okay. Complaining about the sound. Me? I don't know. After I saw that brisket the other night, it's really tempting. That'd be one way to entice somebody to move in next year. Keep making that and share it. Man Shed Railroad. Aaron, how are you? Good morning. So, yeah, already that looked good. I hope it tasted as good as it looked. On his Saturday night show, he was showing us the brisket he was cooking. It looked amazing. That's how the wind blows. If it's from the southeast, you can really hear the trains. Yeah. It was a small brisket. Yeah. Well, you said it was just you, right? Or did you have people over? I don't remember what you were saying. I thought you were saying it was just for you. Oh, an aircraft carrier, huh? That'd be awesome. Rick says, good morning to anybody you missed saying hello to. Yeah, that'd be cool. Was it like something you can go tour, or I'm assuming that's what it is? We don't have an aircraft carrier here, but we have an old World War II submarine, USS Todd, docked in the harbor here in Cleveland. I'm going to talk about narrow, small, Jesus. I was a lot smaller back in the day. When we went to take a tour of it, man, I was having a hell of a time. He said I was a lot smaller then. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah. We have a small airport over here by us, so we get smaller jets and prop planes. It's like a county airport. Um, but the hospital's a mile away, so we get a lot of life flight over here. We're Trauma One Hospital, so. And so we'll hear life flight a lot. There's a tour in San Diego. We get to see the planes and how they live. Okay. That's cool, man. I gotta read this post. Let's see here. Try to get the post up. Let me see. I'm not going to read it out loud, but I'm going to. It's over conjunction. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. I got there first this 10 miles long. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really get any like military planes up here. C-130s, those are big, man. This is the one for this weekend for a neighbor. Their son is turning 1 this weekend. That 30-pound brisket pickling away in the fridge. Oh, that sounds tasty. Recently, little B-58s flew out of there. Oh, sure. Now you're awake. Are you okay to watch my show when you're asleep? Now you're awake. You want to go do stuff. All right, I hear you. Let's see how you are, because some friend you are. I'm trying to get it figured out to fly down to see Chris in September sometime. We got to see what happens, though. I feel like September has become a pretty busy month. I see like flyover also. Hospital is on the front panther. Flyover hospital a few blocks away. Yeah, what the hell is on fire up there? How big of a forest? I was just going to ask you, Tammy, what is SEO? Sorry, I'm reading it first. No, yeah, you did the right thing, for sure. Yeah, you know, I say you're not going to please everybody. We enjoy your stuff, Tammy. Doing what you guys are doing. You're doing nice work there. You're making your son and you memories for the two of you. He's happy as a clam. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about it. Michigan also has a wildfire. Several wildfires up there. Okay. Well, it sucks to be you guys. Stop burning shit down. I'm just teasing. That does suck, though. Yeah, check out Chris's last update. Yeah, it's nice work. Yes. He's got a very creative mind. I pick his brain a lot on about my railroad and just what just opinions on how would you place this or place that. I just looked at there, I'm sure we all have our go-to guys. D-Well, Daryl, Jason, the train crew, Chris, my buddy Daryl, Derek, Darren, I have another buddy Darren, D&H Railroad. Just to name a few guys. You know, don't mind me bugging him too much. So, let's see, 18 Express. I'll have a live stream today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And still Mark from Downhill Bad. Oh, I like that guy, Downhill Bad. He's got a good channel, too. All right, well, that's cool. I'll try to get in there. Darren's been really busy, especially this time of year. He works for the school district, and they're doing all their end of the year stuff and graduation time, and they do all the setup and tear down for all that stuff in the different schools. And that's it. And just he had some issues with his split unit in the shed. I think his brother-in-law is an HVAC guy, so I'm not sure if he was able to finally get it fixed or if he's going to have to put a new unit in there or what. So it's really not too great to be in there working. It's either too hot or too cold. I mean, he's got like a 3-year-old, so they're very busy with him doing life stuff. And he does, he's on that I think it's called Twitch. He does a lot of gaming. He spends a lot of time doing that too. It's another one of his big hobbies. So he's around. I talk to him every so many days, sometimes every day. Just depends what he's up to. He's still out there. Still a great guy. Unfortunately, I did not get to meet up with him when I went down to see Anthony. And my wife and I went down for the Timonium show was that April, end of April. Unfortunately, our schedules just did not work out for me to go see him. A little bummed over that, but what are you going to do? It is what it is. Gives me another reason to go back down and bother Anthony. Things only up at the lawyers or good luck charm, okay? Someone's a good luck charm. I don't know what that's about. I'm going to leave it there. And the laser lesson to line the layout before I start my bench work. You're doing the layout, there's so much work for yeah. That's cool. Are you to level are you doing around the wall? Are you like tabletops with legs in it or definitely important to get it level, or at least close. It needs to be rolling away. Witchcraft John. Oh, Mystic. Yeah. Actually, I have a friend from work and her husband coming over today. About noonish or so. My daughter has an old desk. We got her way back when, and it's a little cutesy girl desk, has a mirror and a chair and stuff like that. I'd love to just get rid of it. And so I asked her. She's such a sweetheart, man. And her daughter is 3 now. She's little like that, before, not in kindergarten yet. She's 2, 3 years old, somewhere in that range. So that makes sense. Yeah, I ran into that problem myself. It was level, but it's weird how like mine's around the wall, so I got in the corners, and it's funny how they're not square. You know what I mean? So I just kind of fit it in, and instead of squaring it up, I just went all the way into the corners. So when I did the tabletops, um, like so say I cut it 18 or 20 inches deep because there's like 18 only back there. So it might be 18 in the back side or on the front side, but the back corner like 18 and an eighth, 18 and a quarter. This would be off. So I kind of had to, jimmy it around in there a little bit. Pretty interesting. Anyways, back to my story. So they're coming over and we're going to take the desk. So my daughter was cool with it. We wanted to give it to her daughter, and I said that's fine by us. So it's free. You just got to come take it. Actually, I would have delivered it. It's fine. So, important. My wife has never met her, but she's heard so much about her. She used to work in another hospital where my brother-in-law works. Same hospital system, just a different hospital building. And so they know each other from working downtown at the main building. And then she came up here a few years back, and so pretty cool. So between him and I, and then my daughter now works with her too, because my daughter works with me. And so my wife's heard so much about this girl I work with, this woman, and she's looking forward to meeting her. Long story short, one corner of my training room that is 90 degrees. This is the one that is the exterior corner of my house. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess what are you gonna do? But this house was built in 1949, so I'm just glad it's still standing. I'm cutting in new blocks on my layout so I can have 6 engines running on each of my 2 loops. Oh man, that's cool. I gotta get with you, Rick, to see when I could come up. One portion of my half. The neighbors, it's horrible out of the square, yeah. Uh, oh, I see where it came from. Yeah. I get what you're talking about. Party. You guys must have been talking after the show because I don't remember you talking about anything like with lawyers and stuff. Let's see if anybody knows anyone who uses the snap track. Want to give all of what we have, which was 2 4 by layouts worth. Go back to the old video to see what comes with it. All of it is free. Well, that's very kind of you, Tammy. Yeah, so, do you keep your email and stuff in your about or anything like that? People can email you if they want it, or if you want to throw your email up here in the comments or anything. If guys are interested to get a hold of you, that's very nice of you. Oh, there you go. Do you know what brand it is? Second week of July. I'm on vacation the first week of July. But that's okay. I could probably come up. Probably will come up just for a day, like either Tuesday or something, maybe. Let's see. The only thing about what life works. Um, just I'd like her to come up too. Floor is the plan. Okay. It's because you build tables, or I can't remember. You building tables. You didn't attach to the wall, did you? Yeah, what I did like when I was building the table, the peninsula, because that's a big table, is I matched it up with what I knew was level against the wall. Of course, I put level and everything on it too. I built a piece of framework, clamped it, and I took my 2 by 2 legs, clamped them, leveled them side to side, up and down. Let the leg fall to wherever that spot was on the floor. So if there's a dip, there's a dip. So this leg is longer, that leg's shorter. And I, screwed them in. Seemed to work for me. Ah, that's right. Or you could get those adjustable, like put the screws in the bottom of the legs, Mystic, and then you can unscrew the little bolts. You can adjust the legs. Yeah, I just had 2 by 2s in there. My layout's about 43 inches. So, I had, 45, 46. Actually, I think they were 4 footers, so 48. All my 2 by 2s came off of my old deck. They were the old spindles. I just squared off the ends of my chop saw, so that they weren't angled, like they had a little angle to them for the deck. All right, CSX Productions. Good morning. Push your feet, drill a hole, glue in the nut, and use your rod. Yeah, you can do that too. Absolutely. Just letting you know, I was sitting here recharging the battery and back kept hearing a beep, which alerts me that something is wrong with the battery, going crazy trying to figure out what's up. No worries, Tammy. It's more important to listen to me, Yap. Yeah, well, that's smart. Being a renter, well, even if you're not a renter, you don't want to scratch up your floor. But especially being a renter, you don't want to have to pay somebody else to fix something that's not yours. Yeah, like I said, this works fine for me the way I do it. I'm on a cement basement floor. Um, you know, um, I thought about doing the screw-in legs, the adjusters. Okay, Anthony, no problem, buddy. But I didn't. Oh, that beeping? I don't know what that is. It's one of the train cars making like a squealing noise. I don't know which one it is. 'Cause I hear it over here too. So here she thinks she got some kind of medical issue going on. The life alert. It's beeping. She fell. She can't get up. Oh, I'm sorry. That's funny. Yeah, I did too around the walls, Jason, but for the peninsula, I didn't. And then right over here, where I'm going to turn it, right, see that part there? From right, right there where the white part of the wall is, over to the end here, where the coffee cup is. That's a big table. And underneath is where my son's drums and stuff are. I did it like that because I needed something solid for my hinge for my gate to be on. So I made a solid table. And again, I'm not bolting things to the floor, so I wanted it heavy. So I made it heavy, made a big shelf underneath it, tried to make it as heavy as I could. Actually, have some flat weights on there too, just up here where his legs are, to hold that swing gate in place. It doesn't move because I didn't want to drill through my new floor out there. There's the beeping again, Kenny. I think it's coming around this corner. Might be that locomotive I was just talking all kinds of good stuff about. We can see if I got something catching. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of the train cars. I can't tell which one it is. Look at that CP one. I don't know. Hey Heath, how's it going? Yeah, that's why I didn't want to have a bunch of stuff on the floor. I actually wasn't even going to put the curtains up. But I kind of like the look of the curtain. It makes things look nice and clean, and you can store stuff under there. I think this is his table. I'm kind of moving this table along. It's got to be one of the train cars over there. Sorry. Sorry if you guys are being annoyed by it. I can figure out what car it was that would pull it off. I hear those in my sleep, Jason. Hey, Papa John Trains, how are you? Hey, Bernard. How you guys doing? Apparently I'm behind in the chat again. I came up with the life alert. Well, Tammy, apparently that's what I do. Oh, shit. That's funny. Yeah, I know. What is this one? Yeah, I don't know which one it is. Yeah, but no lies, man. I had that shit in my sleep. Monitors. And shelf style also 2 and 3 feet wide, leg supports outside of the shelf. So you kind of have them against the wall on an angle. Mine weren't that wide. I got this right behind me is 24. These to my side here with the river and the bridge, that's 22 wide. Those are my widest, other than the peninsula. The peninsula is like 4 feet at the neck, and I think it's 68 inches at the top, the wide part. So I didn't have to do like those braces. I just did nice, strong brackets, angled brackets, you know, with the camera. They had the little, you know, the bracket has the angle bar. I'm moving the laptop, I'm moving everything around. I mean, I'm moving the table that it's on. It's not doing that. Nope, I'm not missing work. I'm actually off till Monday. I had to work Sunday, so I worked Sunday, Monday, and then I worked yesterday. It was my 3 days, so I was able to, because I work Sunday, I'm usually able to take a different day of the week off. I'm always able to take another day of the week off, or I can't really, well, I can work it as long as I don't go into overtime. So generally they give me whatever day I want. So I usually, if I work Sunday, I'll take Friday. If I work Saturday, I'll take Monday, the previous Monday. So I either have a long weekend after the short weekend or a long weekend before the short weekend. I got to figure it out, fellas. Don't you worry, and ladies. Don't you worry. This old guy ain't working any more than he has to. Believe me. I don't know, I'm working any more than I have to. Tomorrow I'm going to my brother-in-law's and I'm going to do all my brakes on my car. New brakes, new rotors. It's coming. It's one of these. It's a new, not new, but it's a locomotive. I don't hear each other. It comes on the top looking in, so it's fine the rest of the way. It comes around here and then it comes around this other way. It's funny though, because I haven't heard. This one actually. See if it's this one. I think I still just heard it. Yeah, I still heard it. Listen, I started. This is when I got off of RC Toyman. When he was having his auctions, when he was selling off a lot of his stuff. Well, 4 of these off of them. I got 4 of them. It was like $50, and they're all weathered, and they all got some kind of graffiti on them. I did a video on it. I mean, they're Acurel cars, but I like Acurel. He does a nice job of weathering. Yeah, that's your Toyman. He's starting like a diorama or like a modular. I mean, at Fishy Office or whatever. I'm not sure the name of her channel off the top of my head, but the two of them, I don't know. I guess they're an item. I don't know, but they're like a modular. I don't know if he moved or I think she was from the United States. I don't know, but yeah, I've watched a couple of videos from them lately. And the rebuild. Who's rebuild? Hello, Kyle. Hey, Scott. Right? How you doing, man? How you been? Everything's well with you? C Railroad, End Scale, Life and Journey. Morning to you as well. Flowers, Plumber, and Daryl timed out. Am I today, just now? Thank you. On vacation next week, Rick? I didn't time anybody out, man. Tammy, I didn't time anybody out. You need to go through and make everybody blue. How do I do that? I go to chat and do it? Yeah, I said, anytime anybody hey, Gary. See you somewhere back there, yes. I'm gonna get together with you. I'd like to get over to their house, see your layout. All right, Artie. Get some sleep, buddy. Get some sleep, man. I'll catch you around the other channels. And hopefully catch you on Saturday. My wife don't have plans for me. I don't know. You're off next week. Hey, Dream Man One. Dream Man One, how are you? Thanks for coming in. What kits did you order there, Jim? I wouldn't mind getting that new colonial house in here. Made. I'm trying to behave myself. I got pre-orders coming. I got other stuff I have to pay off before they come. And then I have to get a backdrop. So I got money that's going to be going out there. So I need to kind of behave myself. It's killing me, man. It's killing me. But it's all good. I think the next thing I want to get is the backdrop. It's going to be a little bit. Hey, I appreciate you coming in and saying hi. How you get your day going? Have a good day at work. And not work too hard, man. Your day goes fast. Your work day goes fast. I hope. It's good. You do grocery shopping. Great stream. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you too, Tammy. Anytime you need to feel goofy, man, leave it up to me. But yeah, you have some good snacks. Nice and warm. Get some good popsicles or something. Yeah. It's one of these locomotives making all the squealing, I think. Oh, maybe I don't hear it because usually I'm down here and I have the radio and stuff on, but because of YouTube, I'm not sure if I can have music playing or if I'll get copyrighted, so I don't play it, which, I think it would make the show more interesting than just hearing me go on, but, Well, my friend, I hope you're more talented than I am because I'm terrible at painting. Like I could do, well, you've seen what I've done. As far not behind me, that's a store-bought backdrop, obviously. But like on my peninsula, you can see I painted it just a basic blue, and you can see the clouds. I just kind of halfway painted some clouds on there. Obviously the way I have the camera, but that's just with a sponge, like a seafoam sponge. Took some different shades of bright white and some like light grays, and just kind of trying to make what look like make what looks like a cloud. And that's all I did. The show wasn't just blue, but it came out well enough for now. See, now today that camera's kind of working. By the junkyard. See, what I want to do is where I have the backdrop, you see where the road is there. I'm going to have a road on the backdrop there, and then I'll have one down at the other crossing to the left of that, and further left to where the trucks are going to go in and out of the cement plant. I need a driveway or a road. So I need like 3 roads basically in there. Yeah, but you'll fix that, Chris. You're a freaking artist, man, and I know you'll do better on that when you actually seriously sit down and do a backdrop. Um, so I'm not worried about that. You have definitely got the talent to paint your own backdrop. Clouds, yeah. I just took what's that, like one of those seafoam sponges you get like at Michael's or one of those places. Oh, you could just tear up like I had an old. I used that too at one point. My old layout where I tore up an old sponge that I used to wash cars with. And I tore all the dirty stuff off, and then kind of used the inside of it. I just kind of tore it off to make it look like just kind of like a round ball that was chunks out of it. So you get different textures and you dab it on there. I don't know. Even if it don't look good, just roll it again. Just roll the paint back over it, Repaint it blue. Yeah, they're definitely not cheap. I don't really have the talent to paint. I don't have the talent to paint what I want. This looks fine to me. I mean, I don't get it today. That's fine. The backdrop. The only thing with not having the backdrop in permanent backdrop in. Oh, there's a cool shot. Eventually, I'll get those crosslinks wired in, maybe, so they'll flash. Because it's kind of holding me back from doing any other work in this area, anything that's going to have more height to it or be permanent, because I don't want to put too much in and then have to move it because of the backdrop. So I'm kind of just doing base scenery, low-lying scenery, stuff like that. That's not going to be in the way. I'm not putting any trees or anything in or anything like that. That's going to become a problem when I go to glue the backdrop up. So I'm kind of at a standstill in a way. Yeah. I mean, like if you look at Robert, the train freak, the Flying Crow, that he does a good job of painting his backdrops. He got a very simple technique. Joe Rader from Black Rock Central basically mimicked that technique, and they look really, really nice. So, I mean, it just depends what you want to do. Yeah, it's not cheap. There's no doubt about it. That's why I'm not buying them all at once. Like all this stuff behind me, I bought in one shot. But that's been, I don't know, a year or two ago now. But here again, I knew I wanted it in there before I started messing with that river and all that stuff. It wouldn't have looked right if I put it in after, I don't think. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, you can kind of see behind the little black dump truck there. There's a little office there. Those two trucks are sitting on an inbound and outbound scale for the junkyard. The pneumatic truck will come over and put some cement powder in that tower there. Yeah. That little front end loader is from the dollar store. Don't look too bad from a distance. Don't look as good up close, but from a distance, not horrible. Yeah, he does. He does good work, man. He's good with the airbrush. He's a pretty good painter. He's, he's talented, Robert. Very talented guy. Okay, H&H. We will see you next time. Maybe I'll try to catch you today. We said it was today, I think. 2:30 live stream. It's been a Chernobyl moon. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely expensive, but guys, when I decided to rebuild this layout, I told myself that there's some things I wanted to do. I wanted to make it look as awesome as I could make it look, my skill level, and I wanted to go with photo backdrops, knowing it was going to be expensive, knowing this is going to be a rest of my life journey building this thing. So there's no real rush on any of it. It just makes sense to do the backdrop before I go any further in this area. Fortunate enough to be able to do some of these things. You know, I had some things on my wants list, and that's one of them. So, but I definitely understand it. It definitely is expensive. And man, now that she pointed out that noise, that's all I can hear. Damn it, Tammy. Yeah, I'll go along with that, Jason. Totally. Yeah, and I get it, Rick. I do. I mean, totally understand it. And if you have even a little bit of talent to paint some kind of backdrop, then you know, there you go. Hey, you want to split rock? But like I said, that's one of the things I wanted to have was um, photo backdrops, professional backdrops. You know what I mean? If you do buy a photo backdrops and a roll of paper, it's actually cheaper to buy it all at once and a section here, a section there. Yeah, probably. Like the backdrop that I have up now, um, or behind me, when you see the trains over my shoulder there, from there all the way to the corner, then up by the river and everything, and then in the other corner, stand by. So from that corner down there, you can see down there where the candy factory is, and in the corner, and around, and that corner. Got those all in one shot. So they all ran together, and my camera don't want to stand back up. So, so the unfinished farm, and it's 19 feet, 6 feet, what, 25 feet of backdrop. It wasn't cheap. I'm thinking, put that in inches, and it's roughly about $1 an inch. Backdrop with shipping and everything was about $350. Not gonna lie. But like I said, I know that's going to be expensive. I knew that going in, and that's what I want. I want it for the backdrops because I don't paint well, and you know, I'm not going to apologize for it by any means, but it's just one of the wants that I have, and that's what I'm going with. So, yeah, again, I get it. Thank you, Thomas. You said it perfectly. Perfect. I've spent $300 on one engine. I have, I do, I will. You know, if I want what I want, that's what I'm going to have to spend to get it, if I want it. And, you know, that's a perfect way of wording it. I mean, this whole area, I mean, here, look down in the corner there. You can see some scenery I've done, not a lot down that way, but you can see the difference between just painted blue, granite. That's I tried to paint clouds in there. I think there's actually some faint clouds on that. You can see the difference. You can see how alive this looks compared to just the blue, compared to just this blue. Now, while it looks better than nothing, you know, I know my limits. I can't paint that. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could try to get pictures and take it to a printer or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. And there's a lot of guys that do like Jim. That's he took some photos and he just kind of kept mimicking the same photo over and over, and it came out pretty decent. You know, but again, I'm not going to apologize for it by any means. Not that you're asking me to. I'm just saying I'm not ashamed that I spent that for the backdrop. I'm going to. And again, Thomas or John, I agree. It's money. Jim, I agree. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that. And I understand that. Not everybody is. Not everybody can justify it. I'm justifying it because that's something that was one of my wants. And going into this, I knew that was going to be an expense for me. Oops, sorry about that. So, anyways. Yeah. There's more to the trains that run on your way out there. The trains run on. Yeah, I mean, it's getting a little philosophical. I get it. But, anyways, some guys don't care about any kind of backdrop. They're not worried about it. I think it looks better to have something up, whether it be just a blue backdrop. You know, look at Wilmer. He has that. I think you could get them at, like the craft stores, Michael's, places like that. It is a bulletin board. It has his clothes on it. He has that up. Looks all right. I think, is it the DIY guy, Jimmy? I think he did that on his layout, too. I think. Somebody did. That looks good, too. This one? On Scrapyard? Yeah. Leave that camera acting up again. That is made from styrene strips for the framing. It's 3x3 styrene square. 3x3 or 4x4. I can't remember now. And go back and look at my old videos. There's actually, I think, a 2-part video on how I built that. It is, I have the packaging. It's actually metal, corrugated metal. And I cut those in a scale 4x8 sheets. So it looked like 4x8 pieces of, metal that was screwed up onto the wood framing. I painted them, and the nice thing with the metal is you can actually go through it and make it look like metal. And like metals had like forks put through it from tow motors and cars, bumpers and stuff from being stacked up in the scrapyard. And pieces of scrap go through it. You know what I mean? That was what I was going for with that. That's why you see some slits in it and some holes, and it's really easy to bend it and make it look pretty beat up. So yeah, It's scratch built. Long story, but yeah, that's scratch built. There's a couple videos on the channel back in the how-tos. And on the old layout, I had that all around the scrap yard. And I'm going to continue on with that. I bought some corrugated styrene. I'm going to try that. I don't think I'll get the same look. I figured that would be a little easier to make more fence out of. I don't know. We'll see. I do like the look of this. Creation layout. Get what I need and not what I want. You know what? You're just getting going, man. So you're more in the needs mode. You need lumber, you need this, you need that to get it built. So, all right, Dave. Swinging Junction, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Well, if we cover the cost of the bench work, then that thing will go towards bench work nicely. Yeah, James, you're at the building stage, man. Your priorities are building right now. You know, mine are gone. I mean, it's built. It's you know, as far as bench work goes, bench work's done. You know, did I want to spend $70 a sheet of plywood? No. I didn't spend 70 on the whole layout, but of course, when I was in the midst of building it, you remember, plywood went out of this world, wood went out of this world, man. So this has been an expensive journey. You know, when I was spending $23 to $30 a sheet there in the beginning, by the time I got to the point where I laid down my last pieces of plywood, those damn things were $70 per sheet. And if I wanted to get it finished to start laying track, I had to do it. And I did it. It hurt. It sucked. Roll from Javier. We talking about that backdrop with clouds on it? Yeah, that worked too. You know, I've seen it. I've seen what Jim did with it. It looks good on it. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, Bernard, man, you're just not having a good time. Sorry about hear all that. Yeah, man, these are all good ideas you come here. Yeah, that's what I say, Jim. Holy shit. Yeah, I think so. What are they chasing? Here's Mike. How you doing, Mike? I'm behind on the chat now. I got the ranting. No, they ranting. Just talking. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Jason. And again, you know, look, I'm not trying to argue with you guys. I mean, they're all valid points. Believe me, I feel the same way. It's a lot of money. That's why I save up for it. That's why, you know, we talk about pre-orders and stuff, but I like pre-orders for the fact that it gives me time to save up for them. That's a little annoying that a lot of these companies don't keep much stock anymore, but I get that too. So, but same thing with these backdrops. I know roughly what it's going to cost me to do this backdrop. I've been in contact with the guy that did my other backdrops, and so I told him, well, I'm going to work on saving up the money, and sometime this summer I'm going to hit you back and have you make these backdrops for me. All right, Joe, man, I'll talk to you later, and yeah, I'm gonna get rolling here pretty soon myself. Um, use that nurse for location. I didn't use that nurse for location. Work on my backdrop. Everyone's screwed on this layout. I don't need any of that. You're helping me when I screw up. Maybe someone made a comment or something and I missed it. It happens. C6 production. So, Dave, do you build your layout in sections or piece by piece? The layout bench work I built, how you want to word it, in sections, I guess. There's no box. Like, I made boxes, and put them up. It's not modular, really. Kind of is, but not really. All right, Plumber, take it easy, man. It's 45-degree angles. Oh, you said Jason. Never mind. I didn't catch the Jason part in there, Split Rock. Jason, you said you use angles. For your fascia, you're talking about your fascia? He didn't really have anywhere I could use angles necessarily. I mean, it was pretty much curved on mine. Look down in my. Get up and this camera, move it around a little bit. That other camera don't work too good. That's all on the curve there. I don't know if I can get this one to show from here, but if you look down there where the other camera that doesn't work is, that's just one curve in there. Way down there. And it's kind of a pain in the ass, It's all screwed in. But I was able to get my wife to kind of help me, and I was trying to screw it in there. She kind of kept pushing the I kept pushing on the one end of the patient. I screwed the one end in and started to curve it, and then kind of had her try to hold it level and kind of push on the one end to keep me into the corner or into the curve, so that it was pretty tight on the curve, So it worked out good, I think. I got no complaints. On the old layout, I never really got to do much fascia on it. Just kind of like the outside of it. I still got some more to do on the upper level up here. Like this up here to the. You go over there where the radio is and where the cabinet is up top there. That's just a temporary piece up there. That's just a little strip, just to kind of, I just wanted to kind of frame that in for now. But now that all that bench works in, probably could put that little bit of fascia. It's only going to be about that wide, a little bit wider. Um, but kind of debating because I don't. It's just easier to not have it up there to get underneath it to do wiring and stuff. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I have it all cut. It's just not painted. It's actually all cut. It's up there on the top level, just sitting against the wall. Went ahead and trimmed down all the pieces for the top. Yeah, I mean, I agree, and I get it, man. It's expensive, but it's what, like Jason was saying. I mean, a nice locomotive, a scale trains or after locomotive, diesel. And you guys are in the steam, man. I can't speak to that. I'm not a steam guy. But I mean, they're even more expensive. But you're looking at $300, give or take, 250 to 3.25. And they keep going up. So I mean, it's what it is. It's an expensive hobby, guys. You all know that. But again, it's something that I knew going into this that I was going to do. God willing, I'll be able to keep working and afford to do some of those things. You know. So I figured I'd get a lot of these type things done, over the next 10 or so years before I can retire, And when I get to that point, a lot of the expensive stuff will be done and out of the way. And I can just play with trains. Like I said, this is, like I said, my plan is this will be the layout I have going forward. 52, God willing, I'll live another 30, 40 maybe. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Doc has a list of needed surgeries prior to and now. Another I'm dealing with 2 family probates, attorneys. Wow. And Bernard. Wow. Must have missed something from John. Ricky back here somewhere. All right. Sorry, guys. I get to talking and I can get to keep strolling. Yeah. I get tired of looking at the plywood. Now, even if you just paint it brown or green or some kind of color, so it's just not plywood. Like I have some areas here recently. I just put some base ground foam and dirt and stuff like that on, and just to have something to look at other than plywood. Just a kid. If you're talking about me, is your username named after something? Well, it's the railroad is the Crooked River and Eastern. So CR&E, Crooked River and Eastern. I just kind of made up a name when I started this. I was watching the he's the Lumberton Railroad now, but he was the something in Great Western. What was his name? It was Brian. Anyway, I thought it was a cool name that he had. I live in Cleveland. The major river in Cleveland is the Cuyahoga River. It is, from what I understand, what it was taught years ago was that Cuyahoga is an old Native American word, or in translation means crooked. Cuyahoga River, crooked river. And then eastern, because I'm out of the eastern part of the United States, you know, the old B&O, C&O, Chessie system, CSX. So there you go, Crooked River and Eastern. And I just kind of pulled that Crooked River out of the Cuyahoga River, which, you know, as I said, is the river that runs to Lake Erie, and runs all the way down through to Akron and further. I don't know if it runs all the way down to the Ohio River, but it's there you go. Now you know. It's kind of explained a little bit in my about page on the layout or on the channel. Yeah, it was just a name I came up with. There's like Crooked River Brewery, there's Crooked River, there's Burning River. You know, there's a lot of other companies that have named Crooked River. I'll come to find out later, but I think it's getting there slowly. That's how I got on the backdrop subject. Is I'm kind of at a standstill on the peninsula as far as doing any major scenery, because I don't want to add trees and other things like that. Because I'm going to eventually be buying a backdrop to put up here, just like I have behind me. And I don't want to get a bunch of stuff in the way. I agree. I just agree. It should just be there. It should look normal, just like in real life, or just something that you see. And all right, Wilmer. I think Wilmer's taking off. Take care, Wilmer. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, you know, hey, Lynn McCurdy, how you doing, my friend? No, I'm still yapping for a little bit, anyways. Mike, nothing. You see it? You see up there? Empty. It's a place to hold all my junk right now. The climb. Let's see. Let me change cameras here. All right, you can see like above the barn there, all the double stacks. So the climb is there. The climb does go. It goes, and it is up to the second level. Comes out probably right about in this area. Past that picture is where it actually comes up to the top level. So other than that, nothing. Nothing else is really done on the second level. I think I'm going to just kind of let the second level go until maybe this winter. I kind of got into doing work on this peninsula and got to enjoying doing some scenery, because that's what I really love doing, running trains through scenery. I did enjoy doing that ops video I did last week or whatever. And, you know, I'll get better at that too. And that's one of the reasons I rebuilt this layout, is so I can do some operations as well as just running trains. You know, I'm just sitting down there tinkering around, watching the trains run. But I also want to interact with the layout, you know. And so I figured maybe this coming winter I'll actually start doing some more work up top. And then over the summer I'll just tinker around with some scenery and stuff. Okay, Mike. Take care, buddy. Take care. Appreciate it. Okay, Ian, you take care as well. The 24th of June. Let's see here. Stand by. I don't know. I think I am doing something there. Sister's birthday is the 25th. I think we're doing something on the 24th for her birthday, though. I don't know, Jenna. If not, maybe I'll meet you over there somewhere. Is there something going on there at Plainview on the 24th? I know sometimes they have like little, I don't know what you want to call it, rummage sales or train sales, you know what I mean? Little events for because they're restoring that station, so they do little events to raise money and stuff. Waiting for the train freaks lay out to the big Jason Jensen's. Well, I think the train freak Jason is good at what he does. Jason Jensen takes things to the next level, though. And I include myself in the train freak category, not the Jason Jensen category. Because that guy's kind of above and beyond, man. It's amazing what he does. All right, John, you take care. As always, I appreciate you moving. Coming in. I'm trying to read James here. Moved in last year, did a major renovation, and we're getting things done. Right there. Hopefully we'll be throwing up some bench work pretty soon, and looking forward to seeing that, James. I mean, the house is the most important thing, man. You said you had renovations to do, and you know, totally understand that. Were you able to save any lumber? I don't remember. Were you able to save any lumber in that from the old layout, James? I know I was able to save a decent amount of like stick lumber, 2x and things like that. I didn't use plywood on my tabletops on the old layout. I used fascia board, 1/8 inch. One more reason I wanted to tear it up because I just didn't feel like it was given too much. Even though I had plenty of bracing, I just feel like that could have been some of my track work issues too. And then I had a 1-inch foam on top of that. The nice thing is I was able to save most of that 1-inch hardboard. I had to sand the shit out of it, don't get me wrong, but that's what these backdrops on the peninsula ended up being made out of, was that. And actually the backdrops all around the layout, I was able to save what I had, the majority of it. I had to do some patching and a lot of sanding and stuff, but I figured it would be smooth enough and good enough to put up the other backdrop, the photo backdrops. Because I got it really smooth. I mean, there's no divots, there's no rough spots, Yeah, thanks, Bernard. So I had no plywood really to save, but I was able to save all my 2x4s, 1x4s, stuff like that. Now this layout, I used what I had, but anything I went forward with, anywhere I needed a 2x, I went with a 2x3. You don't really need a 2x4 for this stuff. And most of my framework that I didn't use salvaged lumber from, I used 1x3s. But I used all my old 1x4s, 2x4s, 2x3s. Anything that I could use that made sense, that wasn't too badly in too bad a shape, I saved. I'm probably good at that. Well, check Jim Tedesco out at 6 p.m. tonight. Jim is always good for a good rant. I mean that in a good way. Ah, yeah. That's awesome. Hey, Garth. How are you? Yeah, right. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's how I got these. There was Gary. These two cabinets. These awesome display cabinets, man. He said he had no wear for them in his new design or whatever he was doing. He couldn't use them. They were just sitting in his garage collecting dust. He wanted them out of the way, and asked me if I wanted them. Because he don't live that far from me, really, about 30, 40 minutes tops. And he actually brought them over to me. He wanted to see the layout, and he said, I'm going to bring them. So he delivered them. I mean, what more can you ask for? If I was ready for him that day, he probably would have helped me hang the damn things too. But I wasn't ready to put them up at that time. So I mean, it's awesome when you find somebody that is able to help you out like that. That was something for me that was like really unexpected. Wasn't even something I knew I wanted. But once he showed me them, and I was like, you know what? I had no plans for that. Really, you know, but you see how beautiful they are. I'm not even putting backdrops in those areas. That actually is going to work out nice because that's going to be my staging yard up there. So I'm not even worried about a backdrop in that area. Oh, okay. Yep. And then I say good news. Hopefully that's good news. And the good news will be back to the trains. I don't know if the move was something you guys wanted or if it was something that wasn't going to be a choice. But hopefully that's good news, John. Yeah, definitely way. And that's why, like I said, this is hopefully from here to the end. This is what my layout's going to be. You know, so that's why I'm not in a huge hurry. I'm taking my time with it, trying to do things the right way, not cut too many corners. I mean, we all have our little secrets on how to make things look good. Um, Sometimes it's the lipstick and makeup to make it look good. It's underneath you don't want to see. But you know, so like I said, you pre-order these locomotives and these freight cars and everything else. Gives you time to save up for it. Why is the backdrop any different? Yeah, that's what I was just saying, man. Hopefully it's Jessica, I want to know if Kyle wants, as soon as he was, virtual rail fan. And then Kyle said, sometimes not a whole lot, not I need too much this time of year. Ooh, shit. I've been here almost 2 hours. Cars are hanging out. I mean, listen to me just drone on. Like Alexander today. Let's see. Every backdrop and background scene should go with the layout and be as perfect as you want it, regardless of who tells you otherwise. It's your layout, remember. Yeah, thanks, CSH Productions. I agree. Jimmy Tedesco agrees with you as well. And like I said, I understand it's expensive. I understand it's not everybody's budget. I understand it's not everybody's first priority. All good. I'm not judging anybody for what they want or what they don't want. If they, like you said, it's their layout. Everybody does what they want, and that's the way it should be. Look, I'm not going to ever criticize somebody's layout. We don't all have the same wants. We don't all have the same needs. We don't all have the same spaces, financial abilities or not. I'm not rich by any means. I'm fortunate to be able to do what I do. I worked hard to get to where I'm at. It's hard to go to become what I am as far as professionally. No, I never apologize for that. Um, I could and should probably put my money in other places. I mean, I'm not paying bills and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure there's other things I could do with my money. And this is a hobby I enjoy and I love, and my wife is okay with that. And I give myself a certain allowance, and I save up with that allowance to do the things I do. I think of mounting the camera on the wood above the track in some areas in the layout together. Yeah, I had to figure out how to do that. I mean, I don't know if there's different mounting things I can buy, or if there's just a way I can make some kind of wooden bracket on my own, or some kind of bracket to hold that. Um, but no, I just have them on little tripods and stuff, and but that's a good idea though. And more of like a bird's eye view, like actually in the layout and not outside of the layout. So, thanks, John. And Jason's looking great too. Um, in my case, I wanted to build the bench work all first. Jason's kind of building it as he builds the track work. He's kind of doing a section, then moving down. Is kind of the way you're doing it, Jason. For me, I wanted the bench work all in, and then I wanted to get the trains running. I love sitting down here watching trains run around. you know, Jason's is way more. He has way more prototypical operations. He's way more into operations than I am. I do like it, but yeah. So there were two examples, I guess, of doing it a couple different ways. Build as build and lay track, and build and lay track, or build all the bench work and then lay track. I did the build all my bench work first, and then lay track. The advantages is I got trains up and running. The disadvantage and the advantage of doing it the way Jason's kind of doing it is you could kind of build the bench work to fit the track work more than the other way. Yeah, like if I wanted to change things now, I had to kind of maybe adjust bench work, just the way the track would be in the bench work frame that I have. As Jason's going, I mean, he has an idea of how his bench work's going to go, but if he wanted to make some changes, he can change the bench work as he's building it to fit the way he wants to track. So, I mean, there's different ways. And somebody like Jim has a nice long rectangular building. He kind of had to fit the bench work into that building. So he's got nice long runs, but he's not as wide as that's a whole long story, and Jim's got plenty of videos on that. But I think he can only go so wide because his building's only so wide. And we all have that, but he was limited as far as like the peninsula and stuff like that because wasn't able to get the building as wide as he wanted it. Retirement Railroad, yeah, like Steve Childers. I have to change the name, CR&E Retirement or something. Crooked Retirement in Eastern. Something like that, maybe. $3 diesel holds or increases in value. On backdrop, I'll eventually do the backdrop. Yeah, I get it, and that's a good valid point, Anthony, for sure. You do have something solid that you have as with value. You can actually sell it if you want to, if you needed to make money on it, or you're going to get out, or whatever. You still get some money back on it. Or a backdrop, you wouldn't. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I get it. We're just comparing, money to money, not so much the value of it. As far as like you said, that's a good point you have though. I have to hold off on building a layout. I might still be moving out on my own, and it might be sooner rather than later. Okay. Well, is that a bad thing? Moving out on your own? I don't know. I don't know. Give you your own space. That's something with a spare bedroom you can put a layout in, or something with a basement you can put a layout in. I don't know if you're looking at apartments or renting a house or buying a house or what. I'd recommend buying over renting if you could, just for the value. You're paying for something you own then, not something that somebody else is owning. Yeah, we know what you meant. Spell check gets me constantly. That changes like normal words to words in English. Then there's times where I like spell some word and it's like so wrong and don't even look like a word and it actually changes it to what I want. Hey, Syracuse FM Productions. How are you? Somehow I went way back in time. Well, you asked it again, maybe. Kyle said you don't have a lot of time to watch. He watches virtual FM videos sometimes, but doesn't have much time to watch um, much right now. If backup isn't glued on, you can double set tape. You can end up selling it. So no backdrop and previously off the split lock. Looks great on his layout. Yeah. Well, you also use those vinyl ones from the guy you go with. These are more of that heavy paper, which I don't know. I like them. Um, so yeah, yours would hold up more. You could pull the double-sided tape off of. These you can't. Mine have glue on the back, never self-stick. So that's a good point though. Or you can do like John Arthur did. He bought that real thin styrene roll, a big roll of sheet roll, and he glued his backdrop to that, and then put that up with like a double-sided tape in case he ever has to move the layout again. But here's the thing too, like this backdrop I got specifically for this area with the river in the place where it's at. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's not hard for me. I'm used to spelling Cuyahoga. I live in Cuyahoga County as well. So, when you grow up here, you get used to. You come from Wisconsin, should have no freaking trouble spelling Cuyahoga with the weird words you guys have up there. Jesus. You guys in Florida too, man. The names of some of the stuff down there. Um, and it's like this peninsula. When I finally get it, it's going to be specific to this peninsula, where these industries are, where these roads are. You know what I mean? So now, if you just had like a regular old wooded scenery backdrop, which is totally cool, which is basically what this backdrop you're looking at is basically just woods. The only thing is over where the river is. It drops down into the river valley there, and you have the river. So, other than that area, it's all basically a repeater of itself, you know. And if you're talented enough, you could probably do that on your own, you know, with your own printer or take it to, Kinko's or one of those kind of places and probably have it printed out and have it repeated over and over or whatever. I gotta fix that seam right there. Son of a bitch. Just noticed that. Um, 2 3 diesel sort of cost for one steamer. My average $6.50 each. Some more, some less. My two big boys are about 1,700 back when I bought them 15 years ago. Come down a little bit in price, but not much. Yeah, yeah. I mean, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, for 650 each, I could get two rivet counters. They keep going up. They were roughly 250s, 260s. Now they're pushing 300 now. Scale trains is kills me. That was one of their big things was price. What are you gonna do? It's the world we live in. Steel Highway. You have a link to that channel? I'm not sure if I watch that. Is it a virtual record? A virtual record? Yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. Rich Railroad, man, I went with him to that one hobby shop out in Oberlin, and oh my God, you know, the price and the size difference is insane. I mean, I have a decent sized room and I have a decent sized layout, no doubt. But if this was O scale, it'd be very little. I couldn't have it set up in here the way I do, not for O scale. It'd basically be a big circle. It'd be all I'd be able to do. Now, from an N scale, you could have a hell of an M player down there, but I'll be able to see it. So, yeah, busy with families. Hey, when's your son moving? No, I ask you every time. I know it's this month sometime, isn't it, Anthony? Absolutely, James. Thanks, Lon. We could get some of it a little cheaper. Depends what you want, but what manufacturer. But then you got to think about quality and stuff too. I'm still messing around with the Bachman steamer that I have. I have everything I need for it. I just haven't brought it back to the workbench and did anything with it. The Niagara that I have. I know up in the Midwest. Okay. That's. I was trying to look at the flea market part was what I was trying to think of. I mean, the word I was trying to think of. Kind of like the Painesville Museum or yeah, I guess it's a museum. A little deep over there. Yeah. I wish I'd have seen that before I put this backdrop up. I might do that on a new one. I gotta check with John and see where he got that styrene roll from. It was real thin styrene, so it's still very uh, flexible enough to be able to move the backdrop and get it into place and everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's about 20 miles or so east of Cleveland. 2DC, two shadows up there, my fingers. PCC last month. They were brass cad forward and the 844 Challenger. Oh man. Yeah, that sucks. Got to meet Jason Jensen in Colorado. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm still bummed. I really wanted to go out there for that. He's in a single turn out on his layout. I did not know that. Yeah, it's funny. You're funny. The most of the old layout away, got recycled and other things. Okay. We're talking about. You're talking about what am I talking about? Now I don't remember what I was talking about to tell you what I was talking about. Oh, we're going to chat. That's nothing new. Oh, sure, okay. Well, I am way behind. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go backwards now. See, 500 for a locomotive back 5 years ago. Wow. Oh, he's in Virginia now. Okay, cool. Okay, Lynn. You probably left a half an hour ago, too. Mm. All right, I think I'm caught up now. Like I said, I don't want to say what happened to my old layout. What happened to your old layout? It says the only thing is that money isn't collectible in HO, so maybe it's a better resale. But then would want to sell it. Yeah, I can see that. The old scale stuff and line out stuff. Definitely, you see it at all the shows, man. The old stuff, it hangs on forever. And it lasts and it runs and, you know. So, yeah. You guys want to make fun of me. It's all right. At least you're talking about me. If you weren't talking about me, then there's no sense in me being here. So, yeah, you're talking about Petticoat Junction? Yeah, for sure. And dumpster. What am I doing? Oh, man. Well, that's sad. You know, I've had a, back in the day, my old 4x8s ended up like that in the dumpster. In the dumpster. Of course, I mean, I was a kid, you know, a teenager, whatever. So, yeah, there's another option, bonfire. You just get to enjoy watching it burn up. Well, guys, it's after 11 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. But I do appreciate it. It's fun as always. And because you guys had fun making fun of me. So, you know, but again, like I always say, I have a good time doing this show. I know it's, uh, it's a cool place to hang out. I hope for you guys on Thursday mornings. And I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me. So I will hopefully catch you guys later on Jim Tedesco's channel at 6 p.m. If not, I'll see you guys around somewhere, maybe Saturday night on Artie's channel. But in the meantime, be safe out there. Have fun. Play with your trains. Play with somebody's trains. You don't have any. But until then, see you next time. Bye for now.